What have you been hearing around the state? What are people sharing with you that really is jumping out like, hey, this is important?
Well, people are saying, families and businesses balance their budget. Why can't Washington? Why can't they control the spending? This week, too, hearing a lot about it being the anniversary of Obamacare. 1 year ago it was signed into law. And, it's, I think, I believe that many people who voted for that thought, well, as soon as America understands how good this is, they're all going to be behind it. Well, this is a year later. And I think every day we're still hearing more and more things about the negative impact, the individual mandates. And I just want to make it real clear, one of our first vote in the House was to repeal Obamacare. We took that vote, we sent it to the Senate, and as we move forward, we're doing things like, fixing the 1099 problem and chipping away at those things. But, this is a long challenge, and quite frankly, much of it's in the Senate's hands.
Yeah, Jeff Mislingen, he's the executive vice president from the North Dakota Farm Bureau. He's been in talks with the EPA about this dust regulation. I want to play a soundbite for you from yesterday and get your.
Oh, it's true. It's awful. You don't even have to play it for me. I mean, it's unbelievable, the assault on agriculture.
It's amazing.
People don't, again, I tell you, let me give you a story that was kind of interesting. One of the committees was talking about how do we make federal government more efficient, and that the focus of the committee was eliminate some waste and fraud in federal government. And there was a Democrat that spoke up and said, I'm opposed to this. I'm opposed to this because if we make our federal government more efficient, it's going to reduce jobs.
What?
And that is the mentality that we're dealing with out there, that government jobs are what's driving the economy. And there's a mentality out there that if we simply did another stimulus, pump this money into state and federal and local government, that it would help our economy come back. That's what we're dealing with. So when people here in the Midwest hear about these things with EPA, like, oh, they're going to regulate dust, and the average person goes, oh, that's ridiculous, I can't believe it. Believe it. And this is a battle out there that it's critical.
It just seems like you're saying people are on their heels because they've got to sort of test their constituents to make sure they get reelected every 2 years.
Yeah, that's not what this freshman class. People are fired up, and I mean, I think the election of 2010 worked. In the House, it brought new people in that are like, I couldn't tell you the number of people in this class that are like, if I'm a one-term congressman, that's okay if I've put America back on track.